thought that was after. Good evening, everybody. I think we'll start. Okay with everybody?
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to the meeting of Woodley Town Council being held today on the 25th of June 2024. Woodley Town Council meetings are now recorded, streamed live and stored on the Town Council's YouTube channel. By virtue of attending this meeting, you consent to having your image and audio recorded for this purpose. If you do not wish for your image and audio to be recorded, please stay at the meeting.
What's the chair on your right?
Do not expect to fire tonight, so if you hear the fire alarm, please head out to the fire exit and congregate at fire assembly point by the open centre at the front of Woodford Park. Prior to town meetings, the Court Council will hold a town forum, which is an opportunity for members of the public to pose questions that they may have of the council. This is limited to a maximum of 30 minutes. Note that we only have one member of the public here this evening. Do you have any questions to ask?
Talking to me.
I am talking to you, Janet. No? Lovely. Thank you very much. We will commence with the agenda in the absence of any questions. The first item on the agenda this evening is apologies. Matt, have we received any apologies?
Yes, we have apologies from Councillors Baker, Charles Bay, Gilder, Nagra, Sartorial and Singh.
Thank you very much. Those will be noted. The second item on this agenda this evening is declarations of interest. Do we have any declarations of interest from councillors regarding any items on tonight's agenda? No? Okay, thank you for declaring that you don't have any interest. When we get to, that's fine. So, item 3 we're moving on to now is to receive the minutes of the full council meeting held on the 7th of May, and I believe there was an issue with that date.
Yes, the date on the top of the minutes that was sent out said was the last year, so the 16th of May 2023. That should have been the 7th of May 2024, and that's been updated in the version to be signed. There was also an error under minute 14, again, which had been taken from last year to include a proposer and seconder for the appointing of representatives. That didn't happen this year, it went straight to a vote, so that line has been removed. That's the second to last paragraph on page 11.
Okay, everybody happy with that? Are there any questions or comments regarding these minutes? Yes, Beth.
Thank you, Jenna. I'm not sure who chaired the meeting. I think it was David Bragg rather than Janet at the meeting.
I think it was David, yes.
It says Councillor Salter, last row.
So that just needs amending. Thank you for spotting that. Anything else? No, thank you very much. We'll move to a vote on accepting these minutes as a true and correct record then. All of those in favour, please raise their hands.
Everyone here.
Lovely, thank you very much. Minutes to be duly approved as true and correct record, and I'll sign this after the meeting now. Actions. The next item on the actions and follow-ups, which are provided on in Appendix 4 on page 30 of the agenda. Does anyone have any questions or comments regarding these? Thank you very much. Item 5, committee appointments. Item 5 on the agenda is simply to note that the Labour Group have appointed Councillor Singh to the Leisure Services Committee and Councillor Taylor to the Board of SULB Joint Subcommittee, and these appointments will take effect from now. Everybody okay with that? Thank you very much. Item 6 is to receive the minutes of the committee meetings which have taken place since our last full council meeting. And we're going to start with planning and beauty, so I might ask Councillor Stone, as chair of the committee, to present the minutes of the planning and community committee, which took place on the 21st of May, as set out on page 31.
present minutes as aforementioned. This is pages 31 to 37. Questions at all?
Sorry to bring up my hobby horse, but minute number 11.1, the charging points. I noticed that in your subsequent meeting of the planning committee, this matter wasn't raised. So I wonder, is there a further update, please?
I think we're waiting still for information from the borough on that.
I'm waiting for more information from Councillor Guttridge on the EV charge, the disabled points at the in Headley Road that were moved there. So that was what we were kind of raising on. The EV charging points.
Yes, I'm waiting on some information, which was specifically to see if we can get some usage information for the one in Weevil Drive, particularly.
Where drive, was it not?
June?
On a point of information, it wasn't the last meeting, it was the meeting before, we discussed the fact that at the December borough parish liaison meeting, the borough said that they would provide all the parishes with an explanation of all the criteria behind EVs and a briefing document. And we have chased that up. I think we did that a couple of meetings ago to ask them, where is it? And we haven't got it. So at the last meeting that we discussed EVs, there had been a general consultation thing that had gone out to everybody in Wokingham saying, got any ideas where you'd like to fund an EV point, because we've got some more cash for that. And over time, we said, why haven't they asked us on the local council, what would be a good idea? And also, what are the criteria for delivering them, or we're still waiting? So, it's a good way to raise money, especially on the government. And it seemed to us that it would be a good idea if they sent out the criteria out to the town and parish councils. Because we kind of live in the area, so we've got another vague idea that might be a good idea to put them. And so that's kind of how it is. So we're waiting for the borough to come back. And I kind of assume that as they promised this in December, they have something on the shelf that is going to be centrist, but that's still waiting out there.
Thank you, June. Greg, did you have something to add to that?
No, just the comment that we definitely know where to put them.
Chase that up.
Yeah, we'll get something back to that.
Yeah, could we do it every time? Lovely, thank you very much. Any other comments? Sorry, hi. Yeah, go ahead, Linda.
Okay, the disabled EV charging points, I couldn't even find them. So, and the disabled bays, I have looked up information on the minimum required space between cars, okay, and not all of those bays are meeting the minimum required space. So that's why some people are driving in there, discover they can't get out of the car because they can't get the door open wide enough to get the wheelchair between the cars. Okay, but Wokingham have recently remodeled their park, and I don't know where they've got the measurements from, but some of those bays do not meet the minimum required standard.
Thank you, Linda. We'll feed that back to them. Thank you. Kevin, is that right noted?
I think we have contacted them
Already.
We have that information now.
Yeah. So if everybody's happy, we'll take those minutes as noted. Lovely, thank you very much. No special services, we'll move on to. Can I ask Councillor Smith, as chairman of the committee, to present the leisure services meeting took place on the 4th of June.
Thank you. I'd like to present the Leisure Services Committee's minutes for June, pages 39 to 51.
Any councillors have any questions? There you go. Thank you. Assuming that that's the case, then we'll note.
Thank you very much.
Strategy resources, and we're asking Alison Swan, he's absent to present those minutes from the 11th of June.
We've got minutes pages 43 to 53. Are there any questions?
No, assuming everything's happened.
We do have an update on the members of the Task and Finish working group, so, which is going to be Greg as Labour representative, Rob, yourself, thank you, and Bill.
David, so
Oh, sorry, not Bill. Sorry, and David.
Okay, thank you very much. So those are noted. And finally, again, Councillor Stone is chairing the committee, Family and Community Committee. The meeting on the 18th of June, please, set out on page 5 of the agenda.
I will say that I realised I didn't. That's very good result. You notice the difference when I'm standing up. Meeting here on the 18th of June, page 55 to 60.
Yes, Carol.
Yes. On page 56, the bus shelters, I suggested that we ask the Board Council as to any ideas where there will be see bus shelters for these, the advertising ones that they're proposing. So it's in a minute. I just wanted to draw people's attention to it. So they have got these suggestions. I'm sure now.
Thank you, Carol. Noted. And any suggestions, please all goes to Matt. If we're happy with that, then noted, and we'll move on. Thank you. 7th Annual Town Meeting Subcommittee, and I will draw your attention to that as chair. On page 61 of the agenda, I'd like to present you with those minutes. If any of you have any questions, then please ask. No, thank you very much. The report has therefore been noted. Item 8. So now we get into the finance section of the meeting. Item 8 on the agenda is related to the financial statements and the annual government's accountability return 23-24. This is set out in separate appendix circulated from your agenda. Find that would be very helpful. The first item, item A, is to approve the financial statements for 23-24, as set out on pages 1 to 10 of the appendix document. Kevin, I believe you're going to talk us through this?
Yes, thank you, Chair. These statements are supporting documents to section 2 of the annual governance and accountability return. They provide a bit more information and context to the figures that are in the AGAR. I think in summary, the key things really to note are the original budget for the year anticipated the use of a little over £115,000 from the General Reserve to support the revenue budget in the year. And at the close of budget for the year, that figure was actually 68,731 at the year end. That was due to a number of things, largely strong income across leisure and venues, which has been reported through to the committees. Oakwood Centre's done very well, and leisure right the way through the year. We also saw the benefit of the changes in VAT charging through the year, so not the rebate that the council's offices and the after actually did change the charges, so there was a benefit in income there, and also through the year managers. What that actually means at year end, the council's unallocated general reserve, so it's not the earmarked reserve, this is just unallocated funds at the council's disposal, stood at £789,057. There is a note there in the internal audit report which refers to a number of things in the financial statements that equates to 65% portion of reset, which is considered appropriate for the size of the council, given that we rely on income for a significant portion of that. In addition to that, the council had earmarked reserves as detailed on page 10. And those earmarked reserves include VAT refund for over 133,000, some of which will be reimbursed to customers that we work on. You've also got a document like that provided this evening separately, which is a table which you similarly used to seeing in budget setting. That's just the outturn figures for cost centres by committee, just for information. Any questions on these?
So the key is to vote to approve the financial statements for 23-24. Please have a proposal and a second. Thank you, Alison. Proposer. Bill, seconder. If all those in favour, please raise their hands. That's
Everyone.
lovely. Thank you. I can confirm that the financial statements for 23-24 are approved. We move on to the second item, which is to receive and note the annual internal audit report for 23-24, set out in the appendix document on page 13. Again, Elliot, you want to just run through that?
Yes, thank you. So the document there on page 13, that's the signed statement from the internal auditor confirming that appropriate processes and procedures have been in place throughout the year to satisfy the requirements under the AGAR. The full internal audit document is included in the appendix from page 19. That's all the interim audits and final audit combined. What you'll see in that document, just for information, is there are a number of recommendations towards the end of the document, and there is a comment against each one, which shows that this is within actions in the process of being actioned as we move forward through the year.
Do any councillors have any questions regarding the annual internal audit report? No? Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Go on.
Well done to Kevin and the team for such a great audit report. I read through it and we did very well. So these are very minor comments in here. So,
and it's very nicely laid out.
it is, yeah. It's well written as well. I like this new company. Yeah.
It's a really helpful format for us.
So we will know the annual internal audit report and move on. So point C, item C is to approve the annual governance statement for 23-24 is set out on page 14 of the appendix document with supporting information provided on pages 17 to 33. We, the members of Woodley Town Council, have a responsibility for ensuring there is a sound system of internal control, including arrangements for the preparation of the accounting statements. It is our responsibility to consider each of the statements set out on page 14 of the appendix individually and to vote as to whether, to the best of our knowledge and belief, we agree with each statement. So I'm going to read each statement and we must vote on each individually. Everybody happy? Yeah. So statement number 1. We have put in place arrangements for effective financial management during the year and for the preparation of the accounting statements. Could all of those who agree with this statement please raise their hands?
Everybody.
Thank you very much. In that case, I confirm that statement 1 has been approved. Statement 2. We maintain an adequate system of internal control, including measures designed to prevent and detect fraud and corruption, and reviewed its effectiveness. Again, can all of those who agree with this statement raise their hands? That's all 4. Thank you. In that case, I can confirm that statement 2 has been approved. Statement 3. We took all reasonable steps to assure ourselves that there are no matters of actual or potential non-compliance with laws, regulations and proper practices that could have a significant financial effect on the ability of this authority to conduct its business or manage its finances. Again, can everybody that agrees with that statement raise your hands? That's 44. Lovely, thank you. I can confirm that statement 3 has been approved. Statement 4. We provided proper opportunity during the year for the exercise of electors' rights in accordance with the requirements of the accounts and audit regulations. Again, those who agree with that statement, please raise their hands.
All for.
Thank you. I can confirm that statement 4 has been approved. Statement 5. We carry out an assessment of the risks facing this authority and took appropriate steps to manage those risks, including the introduction of internal controls and/or external insurance cover where required. Everybody that agrees with that statement, raise their hand.
All for.
Lovely. I can confirm that statement 5 has been approved. Statement 6. We maintain throughout the year an adequate and effective system of internal audit of the accounting records and control systems. Everybody that agrees with that statement, could you please raise your hand?
All for.
Thank you. I can confirm that statement 6 has been approved. Statement 7. We took appropriate action on all matters raised in reports from the internal and external audit. Everybody that agrees with that statement, please raise their hand. Thank you very much. I can confirm that statement 7 has been approved. Statement 8. We considered whether any litigation, liabilities or commitments, events or transaction occurring either during or after the year end have a financial impact on this authority and where appropriate have included them in the accounting statements. If you agree with that statement, please raise your hand.
All for.
Thank you very much. I confirm that statement 8 has been approved. Statement 9. Trust funds, including charitable, in our capacity as sole managing trustee, we discharge our accountability, responsibilities for the fund's assets, including financial reporting and, if required, independent examination or audit. Everybody that agrees with that, please raise their hands.
All for.
Statement 9 has been approved. We now need to vote to authorise that the annual governance statement be signed by myself and the town clerk. Can I please have a proposer and seconder for that? David will propose and Alison will second. Thank you. Can all those in favour please raise their hands?
All for.
Lovely. Thank you. In that case, I can confirm that the annual governance statements for 23-24 are approved and will be signed by myself and the town clerk. The final item, D, is to approve the accounting statements for 23-24 set out on page 15 of the appendix document that you have, with an explanation of variances provided on pages 34 and 35. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to look at that. Do any councillors have any questions regarding these accounting statements? Very pleased to move to a vote to approve the accounting statements for 23-24 and to authorise that they be signed by myself as chairman of this meeting. Can I have a proposal in a second, please? Okay, Robert. Yeah, proposal, yeah. Okay, just catch them. Yeah, thank you very much. Could all of those in favour please raise their hands? That's all. Lovely, thank you. In that case, I can confirm the accounting statements for 23-24 are approved and will be signed by myself. Thank you very much. Item 9 needs statements to simply note that in the absence of Councillor Baker, there is no statement from the leader of the council this evening. Outside bodies. Item 10A is to receive the written reports from town council representatives on outside bodies, as set out in Appendix 10 on page 63 of the agenda. I know we've got one additional report here from David about Robert Palmer. Are there any other additional verbal reports that you need to factor in? No, super. Okay. Are there any questions regarding any of these updates? No? Super, thank you very much. Item 10B is to consider appointing town council representatives to outside bodies. The Four Land Charity Museum of Berkshire Aviation Trust. Do you have any nominations for these positions?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Bill Same for the Museum of Berkshire Aviation Trust.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to second councillor Berkshire Aviation Trust.
Thank you very much. And do we have any nominations for Four Lands Charity? Okay, well, we'll have to carry that over then. Item 11 on the agenda is an update of the Mayor and Deputy Mayor's engagement since our last meeting. The events which have taken place are set out in Appendix 11 on page 75 of the agenda. David, is there anything you'd like to say about any of those?
Other than all of them were extremely enjoyable and some very interesting items.
Thank you, and I'd just like to thank you for covering, as I still work at the time, it's lovely that we've got a good format, so we can cover it between us.
While we're talking about this, can I just correct something, the very first thing that we had this evening? Councillor Rowland, you mentioned about Janet Sarsfield. At that meeting, Janet, as outgoing mayor, took the chair at the start. We got to the stage of the appointment of Madam Mayor, who unfortunately or fortunately was absent for that meeting. So Janet continued as chair until item 8 on the agenda. Then I was appointed deputy.
I'll pay more attention, David.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification. Thank you, that's really helpful. Thank you. And I'd just like to say that, you know, we get lots of invitations. I'd just like to thank the team for managing those for us and doing all our communications for us. It's really helpful. Item 12, future agenda items. Does anybody have any items that they wish to be included in future agendas? If you do, if you think of anything, please send it to the officers. Item 13 is publicity and website. Does anybody have any items that they wish to be publicised? Again, if you think of any, yes.
I'm just curious about I'm right, it's the 50th anniversary of the town council this year, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So, there's going to be a timeline, I believe, isn't there?
We're looking at that as a project, and that will be coming back to Strategy and Resources Committee.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, and obviously then that will ultimately come back to this group. So, thank you very much. At 20:28, I call this meeting to a close.